Hey everyone, welcome to a new video of Supabase with Flutter. In this video, we will be adding authentication with the help of GitHub and Flutter. So without any further ado, let's get started. But first thing first, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. We have to take the count of our subscribers to 10k till the end of this year. So if you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe. After that, if you are not following me over to my Instagram, you are missing it out. I daily upload new posts over how to stay consistent, how to let the user stay log in our application, how to track all the clients, etc. and etc. So make sure you are following me here as well. And after that, if you are using Cache Manager, I have added a new feature, that is you can even cache JSON data and also set some JSON and also get some JSON. So if you are using it, take a note that I have updated the following Cache Manager. You are now able to set JSON and also cache all the JSON. Today we will be integrating GitHub authentication with Supabase and Flutter. So first thing first, what we will be doing, under my settings of my authentication tab, here you can see I got my external OAuth providers, and under this you can see you can enable any sort of provider as you need. So we will be going through step by step to the popular ones. So first of all, I will be going through GitHub. So you can see once I enable the following toggle button, I will be requiring GitHub client ID and a secret. So what I will be doing, I will be moving under my profile of my GitHub and go under your settings. It will be your settings page, something like this. And here you can see you can go under the developer settings. So once you move under developer settings, you have to go under OAuth apps. Here you can see I got no application registered, so I will be registering a new application. So here I can name it app or new to app 2, and the home URL will be this one, which will be localhost and 3000. If you are under a production application, you should be entering your URL of a production application, but for now localhost 3000 should be working. After that, you should be requiring some description, which is optional. I'll say demo app with Supabase. This is the important step. You will be requiring authorization callback URL. This callback URL will be helping us in authenticating all of our users. So what I will be doing, what you can do, you can go under API, that is settings. Now you have to go under the following API of your settings, and here you can see you will be getting this URL. What you have to do, you have to copy this URL. Yeah, so copy this URL and paste it here. Now after this, you have to add the following callback as well, which is auth/version1/callback. So once you have added the following URL, you have to extend it with auth/version1/callback. And once we have done this thing, we are good to go. I will be simply registering my new application. You can see my application created successfully. Now I will be getting my client ID and also some client secret. So we need to use the following client ID and client secret, and we need to add this under a Supabase tab. So I can copy that and go under my auth settings. And under auth settings, I will be entering here my GitHub enabled. That is my GitHub section. So I can enable my client ID here, and I can also copy my client secret as well. So I will be generating a new client secret. So my client secret, I will be copying it and I will be simply pasting it here. Now once we are done this, simply save it, and now we are good to go. So you can see I have enabled my GitHub and authentication, and also I have got my client ID and secret up and ready. Now what we need to do, we need to simply go under our application and start authenticating all of our users. So now what we have to do, you can see I have got my application up and ready. I have got a button for login with GitHub. On tapping over it, nothing will happening for now. We need to add certain methods. What I will be doing, I will be going under authentication service, and under my authentication service, I will be getting a new service where I will be simply saying it won't require any sort of thing. It will only require a context. Here I'll say login with GitHub. You can see you can use this thing, and I can remove all the stuff, and I can say simply auth, that is Supabase client.auth/sign in. And under sign in, you will be requiring here a provider. So under provider, I can simply use the provider enum, and from this I can take my GitHub. So you have to add the following sign in, provider, and provider.github. And once this is done, we are good to go. So instead of navigating your screen, what we will be doing, I will be simply here, GitHub, and once we got some error, we will be simply displaying the particular error. Right, no issue in that. So once I have done this thing, what I can do, I can go back under my authentication verifier, and you can see I got my verify phone number method, so I can copy that and time. But here I will be requiring a different method, which is login with GitHub. It won't be requiring any RBL context. So I can copy that and paste it here. Returning anything, so I can say type of void. This should be it. So I can go under my login view, and under my login view, you can see I have got a button of login with GitHub. So here I can simply say authentication notifier .login with GitHub. So it will be only requiring context to be a context. So I can simply press Ctrl and save. Now what I will be doing, let's clear everything off, and I will be closing my entire application and opening it one more time. You press F5 and debug your application one more time. Alright, so our application up and ready. So now let's try it out. So for trying it out, I can simply say login with GitHub. Now you can see GitHub auth initiated. But now you can see nothing is happening for now. This is a kind of major bug as per of today's version of my Supabase. That is, we are not getting any error, but also instead of getting some values, we are not getting anything. That is, we are getting some null values. If I simply say here print response, if I say print response dot data, if I try to print it out, I will be getting nothing. If I say login with GitHub, you can see I will be getting a null value. So this error is due to the current version of Supabase. Under future, it will be resolved. But you know what? I have got a solution for it, and I have got my own research. What I will be doing, I will be using a new dependency known as URL launcher. So I can go under my PubPair.yaml file. I can simply say URL launcher. Now you don't have to do this thing under future versions, but if you are using it now, you have to do it. Just Control and S for now. Alright, so once it is up and ready, we can go back, and here you can see once the following array is null, we can initiate our entire URL. Now what is happening here? If I try to say print response, and from the response, if I try to print the URL, I will be getting the OAuth URL. If I say login with GitHub, you can see I will be getting this OAuth URL, and this will be helping us in authenticating all of our users. So what I will be doing, I will be simply using a launch method from my URL launcher. So I can go back under my password.yaml file, and I can get URL launcher one more time. Sometimes it might occur that you won't be getting dependency at the first try, you have to do it one more time. So I can go back and I can simply use the launch method, and under launch, the string will be nothing but my URL. What I'll do, I'll say, let's say URL, the auth URL should be something which is you. Now what I'll do, I'll say the following string not null, something like this, and I can say launch the following auth URL. This thing is done. I can say this thing here. Now what is happening here? If I try to do it one more time, I will be getting an error because the following URL launcher will be requiring the entire termination of our entire session and relaunching it again. So for the last time, I will be closing my application and opening it one more time. Till then, if you are not subscribed or if you are not following me, do it quick until the following thing is loading up. Alright, so finally everything is up and ready. Now what I can do, I can simply say login with GitHub. Now you can see the following screen will be initiated and we will be getting navigated to the URL. Okay, so simply cancel everything. We don't require anything. Now you can see we will be getting the following authentication tab of sign in to GitHub with our application name, which is new to do app and 2. Now here I will be entering my credentials of GitHub. This is my username, and also let's have a password. Right, so once everything is done, I can simply say sign in. Now you can see if I go back under my authentication tab, under my OAuth, you can see here we have not registered any sort of home URL. So we will be getting certain type of error that the following localhost is not defined. So in case of your production application, you need to have your own server. That is, the server should be saying some message of user is authenticated, kindly go back. But under our case, we are simply exploring the following GitHub authentication. So we don't have any production URL, but simply a fake demo URL. Now what I'll do, I'll go back here and I can simply say sign in for now. And once everything is successful done, you will be getting the following screen of authorize everything. Right, so now what I can do, I can simply say authorize Abhishwan, and now you can see you will be getting authorized to the following localhost. Now here at this place, you will be getting some token, access token. So this access token, you can see if I copy the following URL, and if I go back and if I paste it here, you can see you will be getting the following access token and also some refresh token. Now let me show to you everything. I can simply paste everything here, and you can see under my following URL, you can see you will be getting the following URL to be localhost 3000, and the following tag, that is the parameter of access token, with some token, and also you will be getting a refresh token. Right, so you will be getting a provider token, refresh token, expires in, and etc and etc. So you will be getting all of these stuff from the authentication process, but following stuff will be rendered over to your production URL. So we don't require this stuff for now. We can simply go back. Here you can see you can add some button of go back from your URL or something like that. So I can simply say manually go back and under my application. And if I go back under my authentication tab, under something here of my to-do list, if I go under my users, you can see I will be getting a new user. That is Abhishek at 2000@gmail.com, which is associated with my GitHub account. You can see the provider is GitHub, and also the last sign in is this one. Now once we are signed in under application, we will be automatically getting signed again and again. That is, we don't have to sign in under our application again and again once the following creation date is executed. That is, if I go back under my application and if I try to log in with GitHub one more time, now you can see instead of getting that authentication process execution, will be automatically navigated to our URL. From this URL, we can go back or we can do all of stuff that we want. Now if I open my entire tab, you can see I will be still getting the following data to be null. If I say here access to, and if I say add this thing, you will be getting a message of null error. And if I simply go back one more time and if I say login with Gmail, you will be getting the null check operator used on null value. This might be a bug under Supabase for today's date. I don't know about tomorrow, but today is the following bug here that the following data doesn't give us any sort of data. So this was all for today. We have executed GitHub authentication under our entire application. Now you can see we are not getting any error. That means GitHub authentication is successfully working. But as per of future versions of Supabase and Flutter, this bug might get solved. That is, we will be getting some data that we are not getting and we won't have to use URL launcher by our own. So I hope you have loved this tutorial and you have learned something new about how to add your own logic and make things working. So with that said, I will see you in the next one where we shall be authenticating our users with Facebook, Spotify. Okay, let me see if there is Spotify. If I go back under the settings thing, let's check all of things. Okay, so we will be enabling the authentication with Twitter, Google, and Facebook, and also Discord as well. So we'll there are a lot of tutorials up and ready under this series. So if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. We have to reach to 10K before ending this year, and also under the case of my Instagram. So I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.